the 3rd Street Mall, offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuila Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuilaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuilaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
And good morning. It's your KCHW morning show. It is Friday, December 6th. Oh, hold on a second. I got to unmute the computer here. I don't think it's affecting us yet, but there we go. Good morning. This is our KCHW morning show. We are here with Paula Randall, Craig McQuain, and myself, Chuck Ritchie. I'm getting tripped up on my words today. I got here a little late, and I was running late getting out of the shower, and I pulled all of my stuff and my hoodie and everything straight out of the dryer. So even in the cold weather, I am just like
toasty,
sweating. My brain is. I think I cooked my brain this morning.
Okay, is that no coffee? Because I mean, you know.
What's that? Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, no coffee.
You used all of our cups, Paula.
I know. Dang.
No, we have them for people to use, but they're all gone. We need to get more paper cups. So, I'm sorry.
Coffee.
Well, we got an exciting show this morning.
We do.
We got a special guest that's going to join us over a Zoom call.
That's right.
Nate Ostrander, local musician from the Spokane area. Mm-hmm. Somebody that I've been following for a long time and actually have been lucky enough to share a stage with him on occasion. So this is a real treat for me.
Nice. And he's got a very cool project going on that he's going to talk about when he's here.
Yep.
We'll leave that to him to talk about. But yeah, I'm excited to have him on the show. He's going to be a great interview. And again, this project and the folks he's working with are going to be a lot of fun to talk about. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really nice music too.
Yeah. I've been listening to some of his stuff. It's got a good vibe. Yeah, really nice. And then next week we have Justin Priest on with us on Friday.
Yep.
So we'll start plugging that now, and yeah, it's gonna be a great show.
Nice.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Are you guys out there ready?
Silence.
Come on, Will. I know you're there.
I know, right? Wake up, Chihuila!
All right, so let's go ahead and get moving right along. We're going to get into our 49 degrees North Mountain Resort weather and ski condition report, or mountain condition report, because it's also for the snowboarders. 33 degrees today in Chihuila with considerable cloudiness. 31 degrees for the overnight low with cloudy skies. 36 tomorrow for our high with some rain and snow mixed throughout. It looks like morning rain followed by a mix of rain and snow in the afternoon. In the mid-30s, it's going to be might be a little wet for city sidewalks.
Yeah.
That's okay. Put on your boots, grab your umbrella. It's still going to be a good time.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff is, the farmer's market, it's just like when you were out there in the summer and there was a bit of a rainfall. So they have their awnings out. They've got stuff out. It'll be fun.
Just be prepared. Dress warm. There's going to be lots of places indoors to duck into and warm up and have hot chocolate and drinks and coffee and everything and this, that, and the other. All right, then moving on to Sunday, we have 36 degrees for our high, cloudy skies, 33 and 26 on Monday. Tuesday, 33 for our high, 28 for the overnight low with mostly cloudy skies. Then on Wednesday comes the snow.
Snow.
Yeah, so we've got snow next Wednesday with a high of 34 and 30, 35 and 30 on Thursday with more snow, 35 and 32 on Friday with more snow. And then looking ahead, there's snow on the 14th. Cloudy on the 15th, snow on the 16th, snow on the 17th. We might get a white Christmas.
Well, it looks like definitely we're going to get a white Christmas.
Yeah, we're going to get a bunch of snow leading right up into the holidays. It's going to be nice.
I think
you're looking very intently at something there, Paula.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
She's planning her whole schedule, just looking at the weather going.
I know, right?
Okay.
See, snowman building here, and then this here.
Yeah, there's going to be some good snow to build some forts with here pretty soon, it looks like.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And speaking of snow, up at the mountain, we have 17 inches currently at the base. No new snow in the last 72 hours. 22 degrees the base again with good visibility, no precipitation, and mostly sunny skies. That's kind of nice. Then up at the summit, we have, again, no new snow in the last 72 hours, but a snow depth of 44 inches, 31 degrees currently. Looks like there's that inversion thing that we've talked about a couple of times happening where it's warmer up at the top than it is at the base. It'd be fun to find out what's going on with that. I know it's a thing. I don't know anything about it. I just know the term.
Now I'm going to look it up.
And then good visibility, once again, sunny skies. There are 82 trails open. 28 of those have been groomed and is considered surface conditions are groomed with firm off-piste.
All right, so I have our trivia knowledge about what an inversion is. Inversion weather, or a temperature inversion, occurs when the air temperature increases with height instead of decreasing as is normal. This creates a layer of warmer air above cooler air, which traps the cooler air near the ground. Inversions can be created by a number of factors, including high-pressure subsidence, warm air flowing over a large cold body of water, radiating cooling of the Earth's surface. It can cause poor air quality, fog. Inversions can affect the drift of spray, such as, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about that. Yeah. So inversions typically form in the early evening and last until a few hours after sunrise.
Well, there you go. We have your weather, your mountain conditions, and a little bit of knowledge for you, brought to you by 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort.
Yes, thank you, 49 Degrees.
They're open Friday through Tuesday. Friday through Tuesday. So they are open today. There you go. All right. Why don't you tell us what the kids are having for lunch and breakfast?
I was just going to say, I have it open.
Or even breakfast and lunch, for that matter.
Right? Probably breakfast first. Okay. So I love the decorations on the calendar. It says that this morning on Fridays, the kids get a choice of omelet and hash brown with fruit or juice, or a variety of cereal that they can choose from with the cheese stick or yogurt with fruit or juice, or a bread or muffin, cheese stick or yogurt with fruit or juice, or it's Friday, chef's choice with fruit or juice. So it looks like they've got some good options for breakfast. And then for lunch today, today's comfort food day.
Ooh.
Right? They have grilled cheese with tomato soup. Exactly.
Yeah. I'm down
and
for that.
fruit and veggie. That's what I was going to say. This is major comfort food. I'm going to go there for lunch.
You know, I'm a big fan of an omelet. One of these days, because they have omelets, it seems like on Fridays.
Yeah.
We should see if we can get someone to bring us some omelets down here, and we'll do a live on the air taste test of the cafeteria food.
Yeah,
at
or the
school.
chef's choice, whatever that is.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Okay, we have to make a call. Making a call.
I just want an omelet. So,
Yeah, I'm like trying to get a free meal out of this deal.
Right?
Oh yeah, that's good. They should send one next week too.
I agree.
Yeah, right? I just, omelet's one of my favorite things. I'll eat an omelet for any meal of the day, 7 days a week. I don't care. Just throw some stuff in an egg and give it to me. Yeah.
Right?
Good stuff. And we don't have anybody today on our Chewelah Valley Lions Club calendar, but it is Friday, so we'll go ahead and go through the weekend. Tomorrow we have Mariah Rancourt with a birthday, and then Sunday we have Tammy Gouge with a birthday. Tammy Gouge with a birthday. And then on Monday, since we don't have the morning show on Mondays, we have Lainey Stolp and Russell Whitley with birthdays.
All right.
So there you go.
Ready?
Ready.
Happy birthday. Happy day. Happy birthday.
Yay.
Yay.
You sound so enthusiastic with that.
I was doing my dwarf voice.
Was that what
Is
it was?
that dwarf voice?
Kind of. I mean, a little hoarse after yesterday, rehearsal, and then a gig, and then hosting karaoke until the
Wee hours of the morning.
bitter, cold evening.
Did you do like a blues jam in there in the meantime?
I think we did play a blues. No, blues jam in there. Yeah.
Sunday.
Oh no, that's Sunday. No,
Sunday.
yeah, that's right. Because yesterday was an actual.
We'll get
gig.
to that, Chuck.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
we're a little early for the blues jam yet, but
I get the because it was the art walk, so you guys played during the art walk. That's what it
yes,
was.
that fired up pizza. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Craig and the Brats. So
Yeah.
my mom and dad
How
are the Brats.
Nice.
Yeah, they're great. I've been really trying to work up some business cards that look like pacifiers.
Oh, how
Ooh,
funny.
like where like 3D, like actually looks like a
I think
pacifier?
so. Yeah.
That would be
That
fantastic.
would be hysterical.
Or you could do little bibs.
Yeah,
paper
bibs too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been working on the merch for us. Because the music business.
It's all
It's
about
hard to
the
make it,
merch,
so
yeah.
it's like you got to figure out any angle you can
Yeah.
to make a little extra dough.
I
I
love
love
it.
it. You got to do something.
Well, last night I
And
was...
it keeps the crowd happy, because they have
Yeah.
something to, pacify
home.
themselves with.
Yeah. Oh,
To pacify the... Oh, man.
he is on this morning. Go, Craig. So that was gone. Thought gone.
No, that happens.
Did you hear the little tweeting in the background? That was my thought. That just
I heard it go...
Exactly. I was my brain is all over it this morning. I was like, "Ooh, if you have a dwarf voice, do you have other voices too, Craig?" And then it was right. Exactly.
Well, and that's one thing that boys always do is they like to explain things with sound effects.
Yeah.
And
I have made sound effects as well, and I am not a boy.
I know, but
Just saying.
but I'm not saying it's completely gender specific, but
Alrighty.
that's what I've noticed.
Do you know he's over here with his coffee open, holding it in the air,
The aroma.
taunting me with the smell of coffee.
There is coffee available if you can find a vessel to put it in. We have plastic cups, but I don't think that works really great for coffee.
I'm looking really hard at my water bottle, thinking if I want to pour out all of my water just so I can have coffee.
She does.
I even brought in the big pump pot, and I made 2 pots of coffee this morning. So
Oh my goodness.
there is lots of coffee. I have a brand new bottle of creamer that's not even opened yet.
Oh, you're just taunting me now. Okay, somebody
We'll
bring
get you
us some
some during the
cups.
break.
Okay, so the other thing, last night, City Sidewalks, how did it go? Did you guys go? Did you see lots of people?
I think that's on Saturday.
Yeah, City Sidewalks is
Oh,
Saturday.
sorry, the
that.
art walk. See, this is what happens when I don't have coffee.
Right?
Yeah, the art walk. I mean, there was some people walking around. I mean, of course, it was really cold.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was a little lower in attendance than we're used to, I think. But that's how it is in the winter. During the summer, it's a little more
Yeah.
upbeat.
I drove through downtown when I left here last night, and I just to kind of scope things out. I didn't see as many people as I would normally see out, but
Right.
there were a few people.
Didn't they
out and about.
open the show over at the theater last
I
night too?
was just going to
They
say.
did, yeah.
That's
the
what I think
Winter
might
Rest
have
show.
taken a little of the attention away
I-
from downtown.
I just combined winter and wonderettes, and I call it the Wonterettes.
Well, close. I mean, I was over there volunteering last night. It was a great show. We actually had a lot of people. Oh my gosh. I have never been to a Wonderette show before. Have you been to a Wonderette show before?
I have not. No,
Okay, well, I'm not going to.
I need to go.
Any
I've seen them all
spoilers.
sing separately.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, or
exactly.
in different groups.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the 4 of them together in their shtick, right? Because it's a shtick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
Was it?
So funny. Not what I expected at all, right? I wasn't quite sure what, okay, well, how are they going to fill an hour and a half? What are they going to do here? And it was hysterical. It was awesome. They were fabulous. We actually had a decent crowd last night for a Thursday night, so that was really neat. I didn't have to make the popcorn. Yay! So thank you, Sharon, for that. They were fabulous. And I will just say that it's interactive, which is awesome. And I didn't know that. I didn't know it was going to be interactive. And how fun. So they're playing again tonight, and they're playing at 7 o'clock, and then tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and then Sunday, 1 at 2, and another evening show.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's 2 and 7.
2 and 7.
Yeah.
And so the Thursday and the Sunday night are new for the theater. They generally don't do evening shows or Thursday shows.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say evening shows. Evening shows on Sunday.
They're competing with my blues jam.
That's
Ooh.
right.
Not
nobody-
mine. It's not even mine. That's what's
Because
so
you can
funny.
you can go to the show at 2 and then go over to the Blues
See.
Jam and then go back to the show and see the show again at 7.
Chuck,
No,
your what is it? Your scheduling is amazing. Like the abilities you have, how you fit everything in such a
Right?
short amount of time is amazing.
Well, no, but that's because Daniela, we're volunteering on Sunday at 2. So that's exactly what Daniel will
Oh,
be
see,
doing.
he's already
Yeah.
ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then you have what that gives you from 2 to 9 o'clock where you're just doing stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Catching 3 shows in 7 hours. I mean, can't do
Dude.
that very often.
Chuila.
Right?
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Well, and isn't there like 3 plays that are being worked on right now at the same time?
Yes.
God, there's so much great
Yes.
stuff going
Oh
on
my
over
goodness,
there
yeah,
at the
there's-
theater.
The
Yes.
theater is crazy right now.
Oh my gosh, so cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so of course we're doing The Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life radio production.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're rehearsing that. That will go on December 20th through the 22nd with a live performance here at the radio station at KCHW 102.7 FM Northern Lights Radio.
That's right.
And that will be going on, and you can see that live, or you can look at it later because it will be available for viewing at a later time because we got a sponsor.
We got that streaming covered. That's
yes,
awesome.
Very exciting. And then, of course, we have the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer going on by Stage Time.
Yeah.
And that is going to be performing next weekend. So that's super exciting. So performances for the schools on Thursday and then performances on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I've heard great things about the characters and the costuming for that.
Oh my gosh, so cute. Well, I talk about it all the time, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm over the theater a lot. And so you just have to go. They're so cute because all the reindeer have fuzzy costumes and all of the elves are in stripes, and they've even got the snow bomb, the abominable snow person.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my gosh, the Bumble is so cute.
I've heard he did really well.
Oh, he's really it really looks like the Bumble. Like it's really the Bumble. And it's not 50 feet tall.
And I've seen the because I know when they did Wizard of Oz, they had the entire theater was the set.
Yeah.
Going through the middle of the audience, going up off to the sides, and I've seen them with all of those
Yes.
stage pieces out. I haven't seen where they're going yet.
Yes.
But yeah, it looks like they're going to do another big, large, oversized stage production.
Well, I think so. The Wonderettes are using that, though, too. The Wonderettes come out
Oh.
into the audience.
Oh, okay.
And so the house lights are going up, they're going down, they're going up, they're going down. Their show is really, really cool. But I do think the Rudolph is doing that as well because they have to have the Island of Misfit Toys,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to have, of course, Santa's Workshop, and then they have to have the Glacier, right? They have to have all this stuff. So I do think they're going to be in the audience again like Wizard of Oz was.
Okay.
And then after that,
I want to be a dentist. Yeah.
exactly. And then after that, of course, speaking of other shows, we have Bonnie's show,
Yeah.
Southern Fried Nuptials. Thank
Yep.
you. Did you see the plane going across my
Pinch
forehead?
poke, you'll make up a coffee.
I know, right?
Ooh.
Southern Fried Nuptials will be performing in February, though.
Yeah, February 14th
Yes.
on Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day for
Yeah.
dinner theater.
Yeah.
So that's going to be super exciting. And then, of course, we have Trash Parade happening on New Year's Eve,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to be amazing. And that's going to be a fabulous event. So be making your recycled item now,
If you haven't started those outfits like I haven't,
right?
you need to get on that because they
Time is
they
ticking.
take longer than you think.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a song. Time keeps on ticking, 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 right?
That's right.
Into the future. Sorry, moment there.
So get those Trash Parade costumes going.
Get your Trash
Yeah,
Parade costumes
I think he's talking about
going.
that. Something like that. Yeah.
Right? And then the Labyrinth.
Yeah.
I am
the
super
Christmas tree
excited
labyrinth.
about the Labyrinth. So it's not going to be the sevenfold Labyrinth. It's going to be something else. It's going to be the fivefold Labyrinth because I like the bigger circle in the middle.
Yeah.
And it will be, I worked out that we should need somewhere between 35 and maybe 42 trees. So the way this is going to work is if you're one of those people who takes their Christmas tree down, immediately after Christmas, bring it down to us at the theater. And you don't have to have lights on it. We don't need the stand. Just bring your tree down and bring it to the theater, and we will set it up. We're already making stands for the trees. And also, we have a couple of people who are letting us access their property to cut down trees on their power line. They have to clear
Oh.
that anyway. So
Very
we're
cool.
hoping to get trees there. And then also, I'm hoping to talk to Quartzsite. I need to call them. I haven't done that yet.
You should probably get on that.
I know. Time
Let's
is ticking.
It's getting late.
I know.
It's getting close.
I know.
Close, close, close.
But yeah, the Christmas Tree Labyrinth is free and will be available from December 27th until January 3rd.
Very
And
cool.
you can walk through the labyrinth on a beautiful snowy evening. There will be a bonfire, not a bonfire, there'll be a little fire pit, and there'll be hot cocoa and apple cider available. It's just going to be a beautiful event. So when you're going to Trash Parade, you can go out and walk the labyrinth.
That's very cool, actually.
I know, see?
I got you know what we did. Well, I shouldn't take any credit for it because I came home and my kids had done it while I was gone. Our Halloween decorations are finally down, and all the Christmas decorations are in the
Nice.
living room
Perfect.
in boxes.
They're out.
They're
That's
out.
good.
They're out. That's like a huge step. I mean,
Yes.
that's the biggest step is getting them down from the attic.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah, because that's a lot of mental labor
Yeah,
thinking about that.
I
Yeah.
understand.
Yep.
Last night I finally put up the bunting, not the bunting. See, I really need coffee. The green stuff, with lights that looks like greenery on your house.
Tinsel? No, not
greenery.
tinsel.
The green stuff. You know, it's like
help us out here, audience.
the boughs, the evergreen stuff. It has a name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like
Yeah.
it's a tree rope. We call it a tree garland.
Okay. Well, the garland. Yes,
Garland.
garland.
Yes.
So the pretty green garland I have now finally on my front porch, and I think I still need more lights. I'm like, oh, my house is not bright enough, so we're just going to keep adding to it. And I still have boxes of things that light up that I can put in my yard, and we still don't have all the reindeer out.
Mm.
Right? Tragic. But I'm happy to say we have reindeers of all color out in our yard. Some are bright white, some are soft white, some are silver white, some are gold.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what made me think of garland?
What?
My
Judy Garland?
my ADHD brain thought of Rocky Horror Picture Show, late night theaters, Garland Theater in Spokane that does the midnight showings of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Wow, that is quite
Yeah.
the trail.
I don't know why. Brains do weird things. So David Bergman has commented. We have our normal greeting on our Facebook page. It says,
Yeah.
say hi and where you're listening at. And we'll try to give you a shout out or give us a clean joke. We need the help. David says,
Oh, he says Garland. Thank you.
he said Garland, but he also says no clean jokes here, musician problems. But he's also relaunching a band fan page this weekend. So
Oh, nice.
Oh, very cool.
keep an eye out for that.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. And that's the younger David, right?
Yeah. I'll definitely
very cool.
share that for you, David.
One of the Daves.
Yeah. So is this the Dave with the car in the house? The son of? Yeah. Okay. I finally saw the house.
Oh yeah, when you drove
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
Finally saw the house.
Saw the half of a vehicle sticking out of one of the outbuildings, one of the garages.
Well, now I'm gonna have to look for the
Yeah,
half.
you gotta look
No.
for it. Yeah.
No,
there
I
is.
was looking for the one on the roof. So I finally it was much further than I expected.
Oh,
I thought
really?
it was like before you left the valley, and it's
No, it's up at the top of the hill.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, now I know
Yeah.
that, but now
Sorry,
I
David,
almost-
we're talking about where your house is on the air. Probably shouldn't do. I think everybody knows. And thank you, David. David was here when we did our work party. He showed up on the Sunday with. We had a bunch of folks show up on Saturday, and then David came up on Sunday when everything was an absolute mess.
Oh wow.
Looked around and was like, "What do we do here?" But no, he was very helpful. He helped get the cabinets up in the new concession area.
Awesome.
And,
Yeah, it looks great over there,
yeah.
Chuck.
It looks really nice.
Yeah,
so
he
thank you
really
everybody
did.
for coming in.
some of that stuff I wouldn't have been able to do that day by myself.
Absolutely
So
not,
thank you so
yeah.
much, David, for that. I appreciate your help. We might hit you up and see if you're available this weekend for City Sidewalks because we need more volunteers. But it's a little late in the game for that, so we understand not getting volunteers this late in the game. So
He's looking at me. It's my fault.
Who's-
My fault? Is that my
who's-
fault?
no,
Okay.
no, you
Okay.
are volunteering. What do you mean I'm looking at you? You're gonna be there.
City Sidewalks is gonna be
Yes.
awesome.
Speaking of, let's go ahead and get into the events here before we have time here. So we do have the Chula Chamber of Commerce meeting happening right now. You got
Right
about
now.
15 minutes to get there. So you'll be able to get there, walk in, maybe grab a snack and walk out.
Right, for the
Yeah.
free food, free
Yeah.
snacks. And then,
Yeah.
of course, pickleball. We have the pickleball from
Mhm.
9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And that is over at the middle school. I guess that's called the Chihuila Court Center. And that is happening right now. And then, of course, we have nighttime karaoke going on this evening at Fired Up Pizza. And it's not starting at 12. It's actually starting at 6, right?
It goes from 6 to 9 p.m.
6 to
6 to
9 p.m.
9.
Boy, these
Mhm.
hours are like way off.
Yeah, what does it say on the calendar? It says it's starting at
12
midnight.
p.m. to 8 p.m.
We
Oh,
really have
yeah.
a long karaoke
That would be the.
afternoon and evening at
I
Fired
mean,
Up.
karaoke's fun, but an 8-hour karaoke session would be a
That'd
bit
be a
much.
lot of karaoke.
Yeah,
Hey, if it pays,
right.
you know,
Greg's like, pay me. I'll do
it's
it.
a business, you know.
Right.
Do what it can.
And then
So-
I see and then city sidewalks going on, right?
Well, we were going to cover I know we covered it earlier, but we got to mention again the Winter Wonderettes. That is starring
Yes.
Jessica Setti, Melissa Curry, Tiffany Warren, and Callie Tila. They all
Yeah.
have parts.
Tilla, yeah.
Tilla, did I
And
say
I
it
think
wrong?
it's Curie.
I'm sorry.
Isn't
What's
it
that?
Melissa Curie?
Isn't that what I said? I said Melissa Curie?
No.
I think you did.
I think I did. Yeah.
Oh man, I really need
I
coffee.
I stumbled I stumbled over it a little bit. I was probably
All right,
talking
we're
a
gonna
little
go to
fast.
break a little bit early so Paula can get some
Right.
coffee.
So that is December 5th, 6th, 7th. The 5th and 6th. 5th, 6th, and 7th is at 7 p.m. December 8th is at 2 and 7 p.m. Tickets are available at Acres Drug, United Valley Drugstore, or online at our.show wonderettes.
Or they can pick up tickets at the theater.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, when they go, because
It's
I
a
was
real
taking
nice
tickets last night.
festive poster, with the QR code and all kinds
Right?
of stuff on there. Sorry for cutting you off, Paula. I
No,
wasn't
no,
trying
it's
to.
all good.
Just
Scan me.
I think the posters at the theater right now are like epic. Of course, mine is the prettiest. The one that Jay did for my Christmas tree labyrinth that is so pretty. I think it needs to be like a billboard, and it needs to be out like all the time.
Oh,
so Jay does a lot of those? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the artist.
God, he's
Yeah.
multi-talented, that
And
guy.
he's actually got my Tempest poster out
Ooh,
for summer. Yes,
Wow,
which I'm
that's-
super excited about.
that's
I love it.
crazy early.
I know, he's so good. And it's gorgeous, darling. It ties you into last summer. When we had the
It pops,
wonderful
it pops.
midsummer, and it just ties right in. Shakespeare in the Park. And actually, it should say Shakespeare in the Green, but it's just, look at this gorgeous artwork. I'm so excited.
Nice. So Willie says good morning. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, Will.
A little bit of a late start for you today, Will. I was
Yeah,
expecting
right?
you right out of the gate.
Yeah, dude, we were
Let's,
waiting.
Let's get back into the calendar because tomorrow
Yes.
we have a huge day.
Huge day.
Huge day. So things are going to start off with pancakes with Santa,
Mm-hmm.
and that is going to be at I believe
Guess Elementary.
Elementary,
Yep.
and that is from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. There's going to be pictures with Santa, pancakes.
Right?
The
And you can
public-
make an ornament.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Mhm.
right. You can make an ornament. And then we have Chihuahua City Sidewalks, which of course is I'm going to call it the main event.
The main event.
There's a lot of other things happening at the same time, but this is downtown. There are 3 separate markets happening during that event. There's going to be the Chihuahua Farmers Market is going to
Right.
be doing their sort of old town, old European feel market on the streets.
right?
the
And
sh-
then Chewville.
Yeah, and also Santa's Sugar Plum Market. Chewville is going to be in the Aaron Huff Memorial Center.
Where's the Santa's Sugar Plum Market? Where's that one?
That one's also going to be in the streets. I think one street is going to be the Sugar Plum Market. One street's going to be the Farmers Market.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then
I
and then Chewville is going to be happening inside the Aaron Huff Memorial Center.
Yes.
We're going to have an inauguration ceremony with a new mayor,
Nice.
and again, the Grinch may or may not show up. I
Right.
mean, he's promised he's going to behave. So
Okay.
we'll see.
We'll
We'll
see.
see.
Okay,
Right.
Will, there's a busking opportunity on Saturday. Those streets of Chihuahua.
Right?
I think that'd be awesome.
That
Yeah.
would be fun.
I don't
Well-
think we have any busking laws here. I think it's open,
Well,
right?
we'll find out.
Yeah, right.
Right? Well, the ordinances page on the mayor's corner is empty, so go for it. And then, of course, at Bradley's Taekwondo, there's the reindeer games,
Yeah.
and also the Lego competition is going on. And the Lego competition is juried, and you get prize money. But I have to say, my favorite event is actually going to be the reindeer games, where you can buy a little bucket of Nerf pellets, and you can shoot the little reindeer. And of course, there are all the black belts that are trying to escape from the pellets.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
why
gonna
I
be
take
fun.
such delight in the idea that these incredibly athletic, amazing kids, and I'm like, give me 20 buckets. Oh
And
my
then-
goodness!
And then happening at the same time, just around the corner, is the Christmas Bazaar at the American Legion. That's at 111 South Park Street. That's to benefit Valley Warriors Against Cancer.
That's a great organization.
Yeah, and there's going to be hot soup, cookies, and craft booths, and a silent auction. And when I asked the other day what kind of soup they're going to have, Sharon responded with
Soup.
hot soup.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
better
that's
than
the
cold
best
soup.
kind. Yeah, especially on a cold day.
Well, speaking of food, are we going to have food vendors, or will it be? Will our wonderful local restaurants have stuff out? Or
I do believe there are going to be a few food vendors. I'm not 100% sure.
uh-huh.
I do believe so. I'm not sure who is going to be there. I know the farmers market actually just put out a list. I should have had that here, and we also for the Creative District just put out a list of the vendors that are going to be there, but I don't have that in front of me. Maybe
Yeah.
when we get further on, we can pull that list up and find it. But yeah, and then at 3 p.m. in front of City Hall, after when everything is winding down, everybody can make their way on over to the City Hall
Yes.
for the Christmas tree
The
lighting.
tree lighting.
And they're inviting everyone to put their ornaments on the tree. So
Yep.
it's a good thing to take those ornaments you made at breakfast, hang them on the tree, put yourself something special. I love the idea of they make those ball ornaments. You can snap together, and we've made them in the past where we super glue them together or tape them together so they don't come apart. You can put a special message in there.
Oh,
And,
that would be neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know if you get your ornament back. The mayor wasn't quite sure if we would get the ornament back, so make sure it's not like an heirloom or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, make sure it's appropriate for the public viewing.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing inappropriate, please.
I don't see. Let's see. Now I'm looking for the list from the Creative District.
Oh, you know what? That may be in an email. I may not.
Oh.
I was curious if you wanted me to go through the announcements for the Northern Light Spotlight before the break or after.
Let's do it before.
Yeah, let's do it
Let's
before.
okay.
I'll be quiet. Look, this is me being quiet.
Okay, so the Northern Light Spotlight is a group that we created for KCHW's Friday morning show to showcase local music. And our group is actually grown. It's up to, I think it's got 160 members now.
Nice.
Maybe it's 158. My brain is a little foggy. I need to drink more coffee,
Yeah,
as
drink
Paula
your
said.
coffee. Have a sip.
But yeah, we've been getting more and more people submitting. Some of their shows are going on now. Jacob Van Noe, who played with us on Saturday here at the Northern Lights Theater, is going to be playing a show with, let's see, it looks like Children of the Sun.
Oh,
Let
neat
me blow this
poster.
up so I can actually see it. Oh, that didn't help at all.
That's weird. Thanks, Facebook.
Yeah, but it's going to be at the Big Dipper. It's on December 7th at 7 p.m. And, of course, Jacob's opening that. We got Midnight Drive, and I can't read the other name in there. I'm sorry about that. But if you want to look on the post itself, go ahead and find the Northern Lights Spotlight on Facebook. It's a group. Follow that group, and then you can see these as they come up. But, yeah, Jacob's been a lot of help throughout the years playing shows with us. So he's a great guy to support.
He really is.
Yeah, and
A lot of fun to listen to.
And then, so tonight, my band's playing down at the Oasis, which is just on Park Street, right next to the light. We're going to be playing from 9 to midnight, and the name of my band is Scary World. And so it's a collaboration between John Pitcher and I. We've written a whole set of original music, and we also do some covers. Brian Ashbaugh has actually been learning some drum parts for us, and he's going to accompany us on percussion instruments. He hasn't quite learned all the tunes to the point to where we're ready to just unleash him on the drum set, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Very cool.
This is cool. Those are your original tunes, right?
Yeah, those are original music with Scary World.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm actually the reason my voice is a little lower is because I was singing karaoke last night at the Oasis, hosting for the masses of Chewila. Yeah,
The masses of
This
Chewila.
is when I like to sing Johnny Cash. Is when my voice sounds like this.
Oh, fun.
Maybe I had a chest cold to that. You can do a little Tom Waits. Yeah.
Well, have you ever heard that guy, the person with the low speaking voice, and then all of a sudden they can hit like the highest high notes, and you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
how is that possible?
Oh, I know.
So Ron Green, he's going to be at Arbor Crest Wine Cellars December 6th at 6 p.m. Westwood Brewing Tap Room December 7th at 6 p.m. The Historic Davenport December 10th and 11th at 3 p.m. each day. The Steam Plant Restaurant and Brew Pub, that's at December 12th from 5:30. And Ron was one of the first, or
Yeah, he has played here at the KCHW Theater before. Cool thing about Ron, I just saw the other day, if you're ever watching TV, there's a regional STCU commercial, the bank, the Spokane Teachers Credit Union, that Ron is featured in with his music and a little video of him singing and performing.
Oh, fun.
His I think it's a holiday song that he's done for their holiday advertising that they're using with Ron Green. So
That's
well, and
awesome.
he is like super charismatic.
he is.
Yeah,
he is.
very, very much so. Yeah. Next on here, Rusty Jackson. He's going to be playing on Thursday, which was last night, I believe. Okay, so he played last night at the Relic Smokehouse and Pub at 6 p.m. On Friday, tonight he's got a Christmas show at the Lake City Center in Coeur d'Alene at 7 p.m. So the Rusty Jackson Band, Midnight Juliets, and Carson Rhodes Entertainment. Tickets at the door or rustyjackson.com. So go check out Rusty Jackson. He's a very talented country artist in our local area. Darren Hindlebrand, just playing Darren shows. He's going to be playing at the Riddler tonight from 7 to 8:30 p.m. That's downtown Spokane. The Snow Eatery Brewing Co. Saturday, December 7th at 6. South Hill Grill on Sunday at 5:30, and then the QQ Sushi and Kitchen Thursday, December 12th at 5:30. And we got a submission from our friend Max Daniels.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And he was when he played at, was that Fall Fest?
Yeah, yeah. Talk about a charismatic singer.
Yeah,
Performer.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy's a blast.
So he's going to be at Arborcrest doing a solo performance on December 21st. I'm assuming that's going to be kind of a Christmas-oriented performance.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to start at 6 at Arborcrest.
Where's Arborcrest?
So it's out in the Spokane Valley, just north. It's off of Upriver Drive.
Okay.
So it's in between like Argonne and Pines, I think, out there up on the hill.
Okay.
I've seen their sign. I haven't actually been up there, but I've seen some of the shows during the summer that he does up there. I've never seen I've seen some shows around here, but none like with 1,000 people at it. I mean, it seems like there's that many people
Yeah,
in just a winery, So,
that's cool.
yeah. And of course, I do want to bring up that we will be chatting after the break with Nate Ostrander.
Mm-hmm.
He's a local musician. He has a new release out, and he's been doing some really cool stuff. And I'd like to, that's why I invited him on here so we could talk a little bit more about it and we can kind of catch up. So,
Yeah,
Nice.
and he's currently in our waiting room.
he is in our
He's
waiting room.
here.
Awesome!
Yeah.
Yay!
Ooh, nice.
Things are working. Good job, Chuck. This is giving me an opportunity to
Yes.
get all the bells and whistles together.
Yeah.
And let me see on my list of stuff. Of course, we got karaoke at Fired Up Pizza from 6 to 9 p.m. tonight with Cry. Live music with Scary World later, starting at 9. I'm going to be actually heading to Spokane and doing a private Christmas party for a company, which is,
That's cool.
those are what I work for right there. Those are the fun
Yeah,
ones.
the good
But
paying
it's fun.
gigs.
Well, it's great because it's like everybody that come there, they're there to have a good time, and I'm the one who's like just kind of helping that along.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And then on Sunday, the Fired Up Blues Jam from 4 to 7 p.m. with my parents' band, the Dinosaurs. We always have a lot of fun on Sunday.
Yeah, that is a lot of fun.
And something to look forward to on the horizon, Quarter Monkey is going to be playing up at 49 Degrees North on Saturday, December 28th. So put that on your
Yes.
calendar. If you're up there skiing, go check out Quarter Monkey at the Boomtown Bar on Saturday, the 28th of December.
And they sent me a nice little collection, a little library of some of their songs on MP3s that I can download. We're going to download them into our nighttime playlist and get them going
Oh, fun.
in our rotation. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And who is playing up there at the Ski Hill Saturday? Did you get that one on there to begin with? I know I don't think we did it in our because it's not on the community calendar.
I'd have to talk to Justin about that. I can probably find out if I look.
You know what? I do believe I have it right here.
Oh, and then
The Step Brothers band.
Yeah.
oh, they're
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I played a show in Ritzville with them. They are just fabulous. I actually got to sing Tennessee Whiskey while they were playing it. I thought it was just awesome.
Oh,
Nice.
fun.
Or wait, it wasn't Step Brothers. It was Sidestep, but it's a different variation of some of the same
A
musicians.
sidestep of Step Brothers.
Yeah,
band.
yeah.
Yay.
All right. So did I catch you off there? Or what?
No, I think that's everything.
Okay.
I did want to mention the one last thing is Wednesday of next week is going to be our acoustic jam at Andy's, and that's from 6 to 8 p.m. Bring your acoustic instrument and jam along with us. They've been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the next one. So yeah, it's the second and fourth Wednesday of the month we do those acoustic jams at Andy's.
Perfect.
Nice. Okay.
All right. With that said, we do have Nate waiting in the waiting room. He's been waiting very patiently. I've Nate Ostrander. Nate Ostrander. The O is long. He just corrected us.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, good.
Thank you,
Thank
Nate,
you,
for
Nate.
that. We'll make sure to get that right. Apologies. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and take our break now. We're going to thank our sponsors. And when we come back, we will be live with Nate Ostrander. All right. You're listening to the KCHW Morning Show, KCHW 102.7, your Northern Lights Public Radio. We'll be right back. All right. Good morning. So you can hear us streaming right now. So we'll just give a quick little thing here and I'll get you set up and then we'll be on silence until we get back. Nate,
All right.
you got me?
Say that again.
Oh, there you go. We'll just do a quick little sound check. We got, this is going out over the live stream, not over the air right now, but it's going out over the live stream. So,
Right on.
what's that? Oh, someone's just telling
Right
me
on.
we're live on the air. No, we're not on the radio, but we are on the live stream, Paula. So, yeah. All right,
Sounds good, man.
give me a quick little
All right.
chat. Say your name and count to 5.
Nate Ostrander, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect. Gotcha. All right, I'm going to mute you until we come back. You'll hear the intro music. You'll hear the news and sponsorships playing, and then we'll come right back. You'll know the music when it comes in.
Okay.
All right. Looking forward to talking to you, man. We'll be right back.
All right.
Local time. KGO reports at least 5.3 million people in California were under the tsunami warning, the U.S. Geological Survey said in a yellow alert, which predicted localized but minimal damage. Next up to Indiana, where voters are embracing early voting, with 54% of ballots cast in the 2024 general election coming before Election Day. We get more in this Indiana Citizen, Free Press Indiana, Indiana News Service collaboration.
According to the Indiana Secretary of State, turnout overall dropped to 61%, down from 65% in 2020. With early voting gaining traction, advocates say improving access and safety could drive higher turnout in future elections. Common Cause Indiana's Julia Vaughn sees the trend statewide, but says restrictive policies are holding voters back. She highlights outdated registration deadlines and limited voting hours as barriers.
It was pretty steady up until about noon. We observed this all over. It dried up.
In St. Joseph County, a new early voting site drew consistent crowds, with voters citing convenience as a reason they showed up early. Despite high interest in early voting, intimidation and misinformation also loomed. This story was produced with original reporting from Marilyn Odendahl for the Indiana Citizen. I'm Joe O'Leary, Public News Service.
And a recent study shows that things are not improving for Arkansas families who fit into the Alice category. At Public News Service, we like to collaborate. We get the details now in this Arkansas Delta Informer, Winthrop Rockefeller Foundation, Arkansas News Service collaboration.
ALICE stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, and Employed, which means the residents are working but don't make enough money to cover their basic needs. Wesley Brown with the Arkansas Delta Informer says unforeseen circumstances make it hard for people to get ahead.
The price of groceries, health care, child care, take that with the wages not going up as fast as inflation. And then people had those programs during the pandemic, like the child tax credit, and there were some programs that helped people on rent.
He says nearly 11,000 more Arkansans are struggling to make ends meet than in 2022. It's estimated nearly 47% of Arkansas households are living paycheck to paycheck. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
This is Public News Service. With manatee season in full swing now, Florida's gentle marine mammals gather in warm waters to escape the winter's chill. But these iconic creatures face growing challenges from habitat loss.
A new proposal from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service aims to address these threats by revising critical habitat protections for the first time in nearly 50 years. The agency proposes protecting more than 1.9 million acres of critical habitat for Florida manatees and over 78,000 acres for Antillean manatees in Puerto Rico, marking the first update since 1976. Elizabeth Fleming is a senior Florida representative with Defenders of Wildlife.
It's a long overdue revision of looking at what is vital habitat for manatees to find warm water, to be able to feed, to travel, to give birth, and safely raise their young.
I'm Tremel Gomes.
Meantime, Michigan Senator Debbie Stabenow has introduced a new farm bill, legislation renewed every 5 years to govern much of U.S. agriculture.
Frida Garza, who originally reported this story for Grist, says the bill follows months of disagreement between Democratic and Republican lawmakers over its priorities. Senator Stabenow, a longtime advocate of programs that support farmers and more access to nutritious foods, has created a farm bill she believes will help farmers cope with the climate crisis. Earlier this week, she presented the details of her bill, the Rural Prosperity and Food Security Act, to the Senate.
It includes $39 billion more in funding above the normal Farm Bill baseline. It puts more farm in the Farm Bill for all of our commodities, not at the expense, though, of rural communities or American families.
Stabenow needs Republican support in the Senate Agriculture Committee and the House, where Democrats lack votes. It's unlikely Stabenow's bill will pass. Crystal Blair reporting.
This story was first reported by the Rural News Network. And after a modest decline starting in 2018, sales of antibiotics used to raise U.S. livestock increased more than 4% in 2022, which experts say risk more deaths in people from antibiotic-resistant infections. The details in this Sentinel, New Mexico News Service collaboration.
Stephen Roach with the group Food Animal Concerns Trust says by species, the latest federal data show 2022 sales of medically important antibiotics for cattle are now higher than any year since 2016.
In pigs in the U.S., it's up by 24%, and in cattle, it's up by 10%.
I'm Roz Brown.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Hear us on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our content and trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
You're listening to KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
and by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Here we go. You ready, Nate? And good morning. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. We are back with myself, Chuck Ritchie. We have Paula Randall, Craig McQuain in the studio here. And joining us through Zoom, we have Nate Ostrander, who's got some pretty cool stuff coming up. I know we have a song queued up we're going to listen to. I believe it's called Lover's Will. We're going to check that out in a little bit. But first, Nate, welcome to the show. Good morning. Oh, I'm not hearing you, Nate. Oh, wait, hold on just a second. I apologize. I had my computer muted. Good morning, Nate. Let's try that again.
Technical difficulties, yeah.
As always, too many buttons to
Chuck
keep track
does a
of.
lot of different things here.
Yeah,
it's
all at
amazing
the
to see him
same
during the
time.
break because he's like juggling, riding a unicycle.
Right? Yeah, the unicycle thing is pretty cool.
I keep that to myself, though. So I'm waiting until I'm ready for my debut.
You mentioned unicycle and juggling. I actually did that when I was young in 5th grade. I was on this little team called Darts in my elementary school.
Wow.
And I actually rode the unicycle and juggled, so that was pretty fun.
Cool.
I knew we had some things in common. I mean,
there's no way I could do it now.
yeah, I tried to
could
ride a
try.
unicycle, and I actually learned in about the same age. I think I was in 7th grade when we had like a circus that we put together with Janet McLaughlin, and she brought down the unicycle.
Okay.
She even had the tall unicycle. That one was really hard to ride because it was like you had to have somebody help you get up on it.
Yeah.
And but it's not as easy as I thought it was because you don't. It's not like riding a bike where you can just remember how to do
Not
it.
at all.
Of course,
Yeah,
Janet
and in the
has
process of
unicycle.
learning, you destroy your shins.
Oh my
by
gosh.
Sure.
in the process of learning.
Well, and I found one, and I had it for a long time, and the tire was flat. And my brother saw that I had it, and he like totally snagged it. And then him and his buddies, when they were out, camping or whatever, they'd break the unicycle out, and they were never in shape to ride a unicycle, but
Oh, how
they would
funny.
try.
Oh, how funny.
They like doing wheelies on their bikes and stuff. But
I briefly fire juggled. We need to get a circus together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I do have a circus together. It's called Old Souls and Antiques.
Right.
I've got circus too. It's called the Ostrander family.
yeah.
Well, all right, let's get right into it. You've got some cool projects coming out with some cool backstories. I'm excited to have you on the show. Why don't you tell us a little bit about sort of your background, where you got started? I know you grew up on a farm, correct?
Yeah, our family had a farm of horses, and they bred and trained horses. I had, my grandma, 2 aunts, and an uncle were all horse trainers, and my uncle was also a jockey. We had race horses as well, so it's just kind of a mix of a bunch of horse stuff, and I fell in love with it, and never quit really. I mean, I had a kind of a hiatus when I went to college. You go off to college and you don't do anything that you ever did before.
Yeah.
But yeah, quickly realized that I missed it a lot and came back to it, and I ended up starting my own training company, and that took off pretty huge, and rest is history. And here I am doing that and everything else.
I got to ask, did you ride the unicycle with the horses in the field?
No.
Okay.
No.
They'd probably get jealous.
That's a missed opportunity there, I'm just going to say.
Well, I can remember having a discussion with you and you saying, there's 2 things in my life. That's horses and music. That's like that's where your focus was. At least this was like 15 years ago or something. So
it did. It became pretty solid with the horses and the music, and that was just all I did every day. I'd either train horses and train people
right
during the day, and time head to a gig and play a show, and that's what I've been doing now for the last 20 years or so.
That sounds like a really good life. I mean, how cool. Work with horses and then go play music. That's awesome.
Well, it reminds me of the first band that I got into after college was the Wild Horse Band, and Jory Morgan. He worked with horses and he played music, and so it was great to be in his band. But just that energy that he had and the horse sense of the guy, So but
it's a cool life. It's tough. It's a lot of work. Training horses is very physically demanding. And dealing with their owners a lot of times is very emotionally demanding.
Right.
I'll bet. So tell us about where you went sort of transitioning from, you didn't transition, you did both at the same time, but when did you start really picking up music and start learning to play?
Well, really, when I was young, my dad was a musician too. He played guitar and sang in a band around Olympia. That's where I grew up. And he started teaching me here and there when I was young, about 8 years old, I'd say. And then it didn't really catch on until after I was in college. I went to Eastern for 4 years first and ran track and field out there on a scholarship. And I was studying exercise science, right? And then I just realized at the end of those 4 years that this isn't what I want to be doing. I want to be playing music. So I went to another 2 more years of college after that at the Falls and got a degree in commercial music audio engineering. And it wasn't until then, really, about, I'd say halfway through my first year, that I picked up the guitar and really started taking lessons and learning. So before that, all of those years since I was 8 years old and up, I was just barely playing the guitar, but mostly playing trumpet, in bands.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Nice.
What years were you at the Falls?
2001 2001. Yeah, 2001.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I mean, I was there about that same time too, but we never crossed paths. And I even did, I had I did the studio and the electronic music classes together. I didn't actually do a degree in music though. I used them as electives because I was doing my prereqs at that point. But
Gotcha.
yeah.
And you got a degree in audio engineering, is that correct too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did that sort of shape your music when you're working in radio? You said you got a job working in radio, and you were doing audio engineering.
I did. Yeah, I got a job up at Citadel Radio Station on the South Hill here in Spokane.
Okay.
And first, I was just kind of being like doing street team stuff and just support for whoever, whatever station, because they had like 16 stations in that building or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, they got word that I had the audio engineering background, and they hired me on to be basically a apprentice engineer there.
Nice.
So from that point on, they were remodeling the entire radio station, the entire building, all the studios, and everything. So I was a part of remodeling and rebuilding the whole place, which was super cool. It was a great experience.
Well, I'll tell you, someone who manages a radio station, if I hear of somebody with an audio engineering degree, I go,
Yeah, I was gonna say you should have seen Chuck totally perk up. Really?
You're an audio engineer, say. Tell me more. Yeah.
Well, one thing I go ahead, Nate.
I was just going to say that audio engineering, it was great to be able to learn, the stuff they did in radio, because it's very different from what we do in live engineering or like studio recording engineering.
Right.
They're three completely different worlds. So I've done all three. It's pretty cool to have that experience with them. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've been doing some live shows from the theater here, and so the amount of like you said, there's three different things happening. We've got a live performance. We're actually recording it and we're broadcasting it. So there's a lot of different meters you got to check, and it's very easy to mess it up is what it comes down to.
Yeah, live in the theater, live over the air, live over multiple streaming platforms. It's with video and audio. It's a lot. Of course, our video is not that great, but we're working on it. Yeah, it's like you said. I mean, you don't know how it's going to sound going out over the air until it goes out over the air.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So you got your friends or your mom telling you, "Hey, you need to change this, and it sounds like garbage."
Yeah. Sounds like you're down in a hole. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we do get that sometimes.
Try harder, Chuck.
Right? I keep it in front of me. It's one of our. I cover up the address, but it's a love letter we got in the mail. Telling me to try harder.
Try harder.
I love it.
All right, so tell us about the project you have going on right now. Now, you're working with an individual who a lot of us might have heard of in recent years after a long time. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, that's right. So I'm working with a guy named Donnie Emerson. And like I said, everybody knows who he is. But a short little background on him, 2011, I believe it was, around there, is when his album that he had recorded and written with his brother Joe 30 years ago basically got discovered. And he ended up getting signed to Light in the Attic Records, and they reissued the album that they had from 30 years ago. And the rest there is history. He's just completely blown up, and they ended up doing a movie about his story called Dreamin' Wild. So anyway, he is now producing my album, and so the song that you are going to hear here called Lover's Will was produced by Donnie Emerson. And we're in the studio now still working on the rest of the songs. So that's just the first one, and we got a whole bunch more to come. The plan is probably to do another single later, like February or something, maybe March. And then after that, later in the summer, drop the full album.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, do you get let's go ahead and take a minute. Do you want to do a little introduction to the song here that we're about to hear?
Sure.
It's Lover's Will, by the way.
Okay.
That might be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. This song is it's called Lover's Will, and it's basically a song about narcissistic relationships. And you know, I think everybody's experienced that at least once in their lives in some form. And so it just kind of touches on how that works in a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
Where lovers will do so many different things, give and take, and mostly take, especially in the narcissistic realm. So this is Lover's Will.
Very nice. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, where's our applause? I need my
And the crowd goes mild.
I have an applause button, but last time I tried to use
There we go.
the file didn't work.
We had a lot of responses from the radio audience online as well
Oh,
when
did
the
we?
music was playing. Hearts were flying.
Nice.
We have Julie saying Nate is so talented. We have Susan from Edmond saying she's listening. So yeah, Daniel is listening. So
Hey,
lots
Susan.
of stuff.
Very cool. So
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I was listening to the guitar work. You got some really great guitar heavy song, but then it's also still sort of light and buttery and flow. It's really nice.
Who recorded? Did
Yeah,
you
phenomenal
do the
vocals.
bass on that, Nate, or did you have a studio musician or your band or like?
Yeah, so the bass was Dan Spalding.
Okay, yeah, I like the bounce to it. It's got a nice bounce to it. Yeah, I'm familiar with Dan, so.
Yeah. We went through 4 different bass ideas with 4 different people playing, including myself once, Donnie once. And so it was just kind of like, we're trying to just get this groove and get it to meld right, and everybody plays different. So you're just kind of like waiting until you hear the right fingers, I guess, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then same kind of thing went with the drums. We did the same deal. Ended up Donnie did the drums on the song, but we had a few different drummers play as well. Not me, because I don't play drums. But
I know you play drums.
I try.
I remember a fond memory of mine was when we got to jam together and you jumped on the drum set. As soon as you heard me start playing guitar, you're like, I got to play some drums to that.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Ben Rose did a lot of the background guitar stuff, some of the little taglines that are in there with the really clean sound. That was Ben Rose on that part, and then I played the rhythm and all of the lead stuff.
Well, and I mean, your voice has aged great. I remember hearing your voice. You've always been able to sing a very wide range, but I mean, a little bit of season to it has definitely not hurt it at all. So you sounded great, man.
You heard it here.
Thanks.
You've been seasoned.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, it has. When I go back and listen to my old stuff, it's just sometimes I laugh, especially.
Don't we all?
Especially the stuff that I did way before anything. When I was in college at Eastern Washington University, I did some R&B stuff. I actually have an album that I had put up on, was it mp3.com or something like that? Way back in those days. It's like a kind of like a Babyface, Brian McKnight kind of R&B album. So when I go back and listen to that, nobody will ever hear that.
What just happens? No, I don't have it here.
Yeah, right.
I wish.
Yeah, it just happened. We found it. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you hit those high notes in there? Those sort of R&B high notes? No.
Oh yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
On that, yeah. And my last album, the 2012 album, there's a lot more high stuff. I try to go, you mentioned seasoned, but it's also a little bit tired.
I was trying to be nice, Nate. No, I'm just teasing.
Yeah. I try to go and sing along or even perform some of my old songs from the 2012 album, and I'm like,
yeah, you have to like detune it a whole step.
Yeah, I gotta go really get warmed up and stuff to sing my old stuff. It's in a high range. I'm like, man.
Yeah.
I still sing high a lot, but those songs are up there.
Yeah.
Well, so what this album you have coming out? Do you have it? Is it out available yet, or are you going to do any kind of physical release? Is it going to be mostly online?
The one coming up?
Yeah. Are you that far along yet?
Yeah, we're not that far along yet. We just got Lover's Will, and we're working on the rest of the songs right now. We're working on the second single, and then the album won't be until probably this coming summer.
Okay.
So a lot of time, a lot of work to do on that, but we're just dropping a single. We'll do another single and then the album. So.
Well, if you're ever looking for places to do a performance, we have a theater right here, and I was just imagining listening to that on our radio, how great you would sound live in our little theater here.
Sounds good to me,
yeah,
man. Whenever you want, I can come do that.
That would be beautiful. So you have the invitation is yours. You're welcome anytime. So
nice.
That'd be phenomenal.
Cool.
And just ask Craig.
I'll see if Donnie can come and play drums for it.
Yeah,
that would be
that'd
amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. That'd be that'd be my dream come true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, Chuck and I have been working together to do these live performances. I've done 2, and I've been helping on the audio side to ensure that we're getting a really good capture of the sound that's getting sent out on the broadcast. Now, the next thing would be, of course, working on the video side of things and getting the video to where it's, as best we can do with the budget that we work with. So, we'd love to have you involved in that.
Yeah, our budget's
doing
really
a performance.
low. If anybody out there has any, I believe, PTZ cameras that can be done through Ethernet, please let us know.
You know what? We might talk to the guy at the general store over there. I think we when the old bank was shut down, we were going through and finding things that might be interesting, and there might be some cameras there that might work. Maybe we'll see.
There you go.
You never know.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do what we can with what we got. So.
Right.
Totally.
I think we do pretty good for what we have here, and we're always building and doing stuff. So, but this interview is about you.
Some of the best stuff is the older gear, man. The new gear's cool. Some of the older stuff that you can get wherever, a secondhand store or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you at Spokane Falls? Did you get to do the reel to reel, or did they switch to digital when you were in there?
We did, yeah, we did both. So I was there when they were like switching over. So they still had the old studio with the reel and everything. So I learned all of that, and also we did the electronics. So we were doing Cubase at the time.
Right. Yeah. So you were there just right after. I was there like the year before you probably entered that program. While you were at Eastern, I was at Spokane Falls. So that makes sense because we still had the reel to reel, but they were just about ready to get rid of it. So it was a good experience though to learn on an analog based system, and of course we had to bounce it all to DAT, I believe at that time is what we do to master it. So
I mean it's priceless to have that kind of knowledge from the older gear, because even now people are saying, well, shoot, I still like the sound of the analog, so they're running it through tape before they
to get the warmth,
to get that analog warmth to it and stuff, and it's just really cool that it still hasn't died yet. It's going to live forever, that old sound. And mentioning the old sound, Donnie is an excellent producer with achieving that. When you listen to Lover's Will,
I could hear it.
That old 70s kind of vibe and flavor to it, and that's really just the way that he produced it, the way he mic'd up everything, how he used the room and how he used the gear and stuff. He did a killer job on it.
Yeah, I think so.
It felt really warm, just kind of well-rounded, warm. It was great sound.
Yeah, great sound.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
thanks,
speaking
guys.
of, I know we talked about this. You said you're not to that point yet, but talking about the old mediums coming back, vinyl. I mean, would you like to? Do you have plans on releasing it on vinyl? I know that was sort of what helped Donnie and his brother sort of get rediscovered. Is I believe somebody found an old vinyl, correct?
That's right. Yeah. I think it was in Montana. Somebody in Montana founded a record store.
Yeah.
And took it home and listened to it and just was like, whoa, this is killer. I haven't heard nothing like this before. And started, I think they did a blog about it first, and then it just kind of caught on, and how the ball was rolling like that. So definitely I'll do vinyl. Probably not CDs. So I'll just do like the digital,
right?
And then we'll for sure do vinyl, because
who still has a CD player?
The old gear, it's just not dying.
Right.
I'm back.
That's what I love about vinyl. It has persevered through how many different mediums, 8-track, cassette tape, CD now, digital, and it's still
nothing like the sound.
Yeah, people still
nothing like the sound.
Yeah,
that's right. And just to have a tangible item, it's kind of like back in the day when you'd wake up and get your bowl of cereal, you'd get your box and set it on the table next to you so you could look at all the pictures and
exactly
turn around. Sometimes they'd have little games and stuff.
Right.
You know, having a tangible item to look at while you're listening, and it kind of brings the whole package together, I think.
For me, it's that feel of having that disc in your hand. And when there's something satisfying about picking it up, flipping it over to the other side, and just that feel of the way it just like rotates so nice in your hand.
It goes.
Yeah.
You feel
Yeah,
just
and you
kind
do a
of
little
scrape
spin.
on the inside of your hand.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Don't forget you have to hold it up and look to see if there's anything on the disc, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You've got to hold up and blow on it. Like
Gently.
that's going to make a
Blow
difference,
gently.
right? Yeah, exactly.
Don't wipe it. Yeah. Love it.
So
love
Nate,
it.
what I know you're playing this weekend. What is it? The Moose Lounge, I believe it was. Is that happening with Karma Circle, your band?
Yeah, my cover band, Karma's Circle, will be playing at the Moose Lounge North. So it's the new one of the Moose Lounge. They've got one on Sherman Avenue in Coeur d'Alene. That's been there forever. And so they just, I think a couple months ago, they just opened up this new one in Hayden. So that's the one that we'll be playing at this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Well, that's tonight, isn't it?
Yeah. After a nap.
So tonight.
After a nap.
You know, it's so early in the morning. By the time you take a nap and go throughout your day, it'll be tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Luckily, we play a little earlier at this place. We start at 7:30 and end at 11:30, so it won't be too late of a night.
Yeah, I remember the 1:30 in the morning gigs. I haven't had those in a while. I think I did have one actually at a place called Whiskey Glasses. They went pretty late, but yeah, for the most part, most of the places are done at midnight now.
Yeah.
Since COVID.
Yeah, since COVID. It's kind of weird, but I like it.
Yeah, me
like
too.
it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm getting to that age where I remember even just a few years ago, when I first moved here, there were New Year's parties that ended at 10, and I would get so like, what? Why would you have a New Year's party end at 10? Now I'm part of an organization that's throwing a New Year's party that's ending at 10, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a good time to end it. That way we get to go home and be to bed before midnight.
Right.
You know? I think I'm getting old. Yeah.
Count down at 10 instead of midnight. That'll work.
Right. I grew up in Alaska, and I got to say the bands there, the bars in Alaska, they would go till 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and those bands would. I mean, sometimes those bands would come on at 8 p.m. and play until 4 in the morning, and I can't even imagine.
That's what John told me because he used to play up in Alaska. He's like, we would play for 8 hours. I'm like,
yeah,
that's insane. I can't imagine.
Yeah. He's like, and we wouldn't repeat a song, and I'm like, going, okay, so that means you've got a catalog of 80 songs or something. I mean,
yeah, a lot.
I mean,
you'd have to more than that if you're not going to repeat in 8 hours.
We get rowdy up there, and there was a band, Chilkoot Charlie's house band, Edinger. They played there for they might still be playing there for all I know, but they played there for years. They played 5 nights a week, about 8 hours a night. Like it was a full-time shift.
It's a hard day's
every
night.
Single night,
right?
And
That's
they would,
a hard day.
They would go till 3 and 4 in the morning, like 5 days a week, and it was just I can't even imagine.
Well, and it's like with rehearsals, it's like 2 hours. Yeah, that's a pretty long rehearsal. 3 hours, you're like, wow, we're really putting in some work,
right?
Yeah,
and then like
that's why I do rehearsals.
Right.
Well, I remember this was another story that I was thinking about with you, Nate. I called you out of the blue, or I messaged you out of the blue. Hey, I need a bass player, or I need another guitar player, or somebody to come and play a gig with me. And you like immediately were like, we can do it. Like you weren't even like hesitant at all. You're like, let's go. And it didn't actually happen because I don't remember if it fell through or whatever. But I just appreciated your enthusiasm. It's nice to run into a kindred spirit like that. That's just willing to like, hey, no rehearsal. We're just going to go in full steam ahead, and we'll see what happens at the end.
We're going to play.
I mean, that's how all of my bands have been, really, the cover bands, because I'm just like, they're covers. Like Last Dance with Mary Jane. Yeah, I know.
Do your homework. Know the song.
It's basically like these songs become standards, and everybody knows Sweet Home Alabama, and we can just play it. We don't have to rehearse it, if we're just going to get up there and do the covers. But yeah, I love jamming too. I used to go to jams all the time and just get up and be creative. I think that's something that's missing from a lot of bands is creativity, right? So with my bands, I don't play probably any song the way it's really supposed to be played, like on the album, because I like to give everybody creative freedom.
Yeah.
It it keeps it fun for us. It keeps everybody kind of light on their feet. I'll change something up, and the guys are like, what's going on? What is it?" Okay. Yeah, it just keeps it interesting, I think, and for the crowd too. People like to hear different stuff. So if you can give a little flavor to the songs, I think they enjoy it.
I think from an audience standpoint, it's fun to hear the songs that you like. I mean, I love originals. I do. I actually would prefer to go original show, but
Right.
I love hearing covers too. But what I really love with covers is hearing the artist's interpretation of that cover.
Correct.
And some of my favorites are seeing really changing up a known tune and making it your own. I love that. So yeah.
Well, and a thing that I picked up from Max Daniels watching Max perform and the way he interacted with the audience, it's like the audience is part of the creation of the music because they're dancing, they're interacting, they're in your face, they're smiling, they're whatever it is, whether positive or negative, right? They're involved in the music. So when you are playing in front of the audience, it's like reach out and give them some artistic give them some permission to be a part of that just as much, because it's like people are moving their body, they're dancing. We're all on the same level when we're up there. I mean, I might be on the stage, you might be out there dancing, but we're all part of that one event, that one
energy.
time, that
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
And so it's important to tap into that, because if you don't, you've completely missed what the whole performance is about.
Right.
I think.
Right.
I mean,
Well, in a sense, you're dancing with the audience. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, they do something, you might play a different note because wait, I hear this now because they're it's interactive that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or change the groove. Like you're saying, give the crowd permission to be part of it. That's really like the other way to say that would be playing off of the crowd, right?
Yeah.
So
precisely.
You're taking what they're showing you, what they're giving you, and you're using that to create back for them. And it's like a back and forth deal if you're paying attention and if you're dialed in like that to the crowd. But a lot of times it's really easy to just get tunnel vision and get in the zone of playing the songs because it can't get monotonous. But I always try to do like what you're saying and be really noticeable about the people on the dance floor too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that goes back to the audio engineer too. I mean, the audio engineer is a huge link between the music and the audience to really get that get the volumes right. If you blow somebody out, you're gonna push your audience away.
Yes.
You want to make sure you bring them in.
Yeah, we definitely we try to do that with Old Souls and Antiques and our Two Stones One Bird bands. It's like we like to be loud enough for the event, but there's a certain point where the level might actually push people away, and we want to bring them closer.
Yeah.
Like if hey, well, I can't hear it quite good enough, well, get a little closer. Bring them in. And I know you see a lot of performers do that where they like keep on trying to wave people in closer, bring them in closer, because it makes it way more. Then you get a lot more of that kind of interaction that creates such a fun experience for everybody. And
absolutely.
Yeah, it becomes a more intimate performance, an intimate experience.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
If it's too loud, you're too old, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course, maybe this is my age speaking, but better, not louder.
Yeah.
That's right. Boys, I'm sorry, you're just too loud.
Turn that music down, kids.
My husband had a band on the East Coast, and he talks about how they were so loud that people actually were pasted against the back walls when they were playing. And I'm like, that probably shouldn't have been the goal that you guys were going for.
Yeah, but if you're really loud, everything is in tune, and the performance is like just precise, people don't realize how loud they're just like, it just sounds so good. But like as soon as like there's a missed note or anything like that, and then all of a sudden it's like
Yeah.
Can't hide it.
Yeah, you can't hide it. Yeah.
I know for me, if it's too loud, I can't even be in the room. I'm like, it's too much, and I have to walk out. So I think there's a happy balance between being loud and being, enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? I'm perfectly willing to go in there and be like dancing in the middle and just having a lot of fun. Obviously, I was dancing till they ended at Fall Fest, right there. But yeah, if it's too loud, then it's just painful, and you're like, no, thank you.
I'm one of those unicorn guitar players where pretty much every night someone's coming up to me and saying, "Can you turn your guitar up? Turn your guitar up. Turn your guitar up." Yeah,
That's
that
like
doesn't
music to
happen.
our ears, isn't
Yeah.
it? As a guitar
Right?
player, that's like I want to hear
Yeah,
that.
like,
It's
really?
like, yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it's like
Right.
everything against. Like mom was always like, turn it down, you know.
Yeah.
Like she still says that, you know. It's like,
I love
Yeah.
it.
Does anybody ever tell your mom to turn it down? Probably not.
no, they always
Never.
want more bass.
I was
They're
gonna
like, yeah,
say,
crank that thing.
Bring on the bass.
Yeah, my mom's an exceptional bass player. I always tell people that she's my favorite bass player. You know, I learned everything I know from her. So,
Do people
There you
want more
go.
bass or do people want more Sally?
Both.
you know, probably both. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
All about
definitely
that
both.
bass.
yeah, bass. Yeah, she plays a 70s fretless Fender P bass. It's just immaculate.
Cool.
Yeah, it's such
I
an
love
awesome bass. I
fretless.
love playing. I love getting a chance to get on it because it's got the flat wounds. It just plays so great.
Mm.
But yeah,
Well, you
That's what was used on Lover's Will was flat wounds.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. hmm
64 Gibson bass.
Oh,
I think
cool.
60
Nice.
Like an SG
Yeah.
style, or is it what shape?
Oh no, it's like the Lucille
Lucille. Oh,
stout.
okay, okay. A semi hollow body. Cool.
Yeah,
So-
hollow body, 1964, I believe is the year of it. Flat wounds on it. Killer sound to that bass.
Yeah, well, I loved it. Like I said, I mean, listen to that track. I could just hear the bounce in it, and it reminded me of what is it, Eddie Ramirez, kind of. And I
Eddie
know,
Ramirez.
is that is did I say his name correct? But I mean, he kind of has that bounce to his playing, kind of like a Heaven by Los Lonely Boys. So they have it's just it's like on the backbeat, like it's not hitting on the one, it's on the bounce off of the one. It's just so it's such a good lively sound,
Nice.
and you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, Dan's a great bass player. I've been able to jump into a jam and play with him before. He's great.
Very
It's
nice.
just as a musician.
Yeah,
So
he is. He does a great job. He's got a really nice, kind of laid back vision on the music and kind of like the less is more kind of idea. And that fits in nicely with, a lot of stuff. And I've played with Dan for years. I used to play down at Zola every single Monday for like 5 years straight. And just a little three-piece with Dan Spalding on bass and Ian Gonzalez on the drums. It was a lot of fun. We called it Monday Fun Day because we just sit there and play songs, but then we'd banter back and forth. Me and Dan would, crack jokes and make fun of each other and whatever. And it was a lot of fun down there.
well, and I remember when I was playing with him, I started telling him like what the key was and what the chord change. He's like, "Don't even worry about it." I'm like, "Okay, thanks, man."
I got
He's
you.
like, he's like, "I'll just pick it out." I'm like, "Okay, cool." That's how I play bass too. I'm just like, found the root. Okay, now I know where I'm at. Like,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
You talk about the less is more. There's so many of the great, the greats throughout history that you think of some of the blues greats like B.B. King and Buddy Guy and some of those guys. Pink Floyd, they play off of those spaces in between so
yeah.
beautifully. And I think that's, we were talking earlier about it's not always about louder, it's about better. But I think being able to play off of that stuff and not just fill every space is an art in its own.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about Lover's Will is like it has a lot going on in that song, right? There's two kind of lead riff guitar parts. All those tiny little taglines. There's two different guitars. Ben Rose is doing one of them with a really clean tone, and then I'm doing another one with a different telly and a little bit of distortion. And they're just those little taglines like, just tiny little things. There's two of those going, and there's the rhythm track, and there's Rhodes piano, and of course bass and drums and the vocals. It's like, where do you put all this stuff in? Where do you fit it all in?
Yeah,
And
right.
It's all about space. Where's the space to put these things, in the playing, the performance of it, and then also in the mixing of it. Where do you set it?
Yeah.
Left and right, forward and back. All about creating spatial environment for the music. And Donnie is great at that mixing section too. And actually learned a lot from him, working with him, and still learning a lot more. He's a great engineer.
Yeah, I was going to ask you something about the production of this, working with Donnie. How has that been as far as, you've learned a lot. Is there things that you want people to know about the production of it? Maybe the experience just in general. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So we recorded it in this tiny little hole in the wall studio downtown. Uh, Actually, Dan Spalding's. Uh, and it's a really cool little setup. It's got one big live room. It's got a small dead room, and then the control room. Then it has like this open hallway, and it's like stairs going down and stairs going up, so really high ceiling. So you can use that as like a really, really live room compared to the big live room. It's got this cool sound in it. So we had my guitar was out, my amp, I should say, was out in that little hallway, kind of tucked back in this little corner and mic'd. So it's got kind of a really funky sound to it too. When you listen to like the lead part at the end, that's where it was. It was like in this little nook. It's like a little closet almost kind of thing in the back of this hallway. Got a pretty cool idea. I was in the main room, playing it and just monitoring, but the amp was in there, and it came out with this cool sound. And Donnie had lots of ideas like that. One of the coolest things I learned working with him, he had this little has like a Tascam or something, tiny little recording box that you could take with you mobile, right? It's this tiny little thing. And it's got like 8 channels on it or whatever, but it also has microphones on it that you can just turn on, plug your headphones into it. And he would carry this board around all over the place and just like figure out the best place in the room to put an amp or a drum or whatever. It was super cool, like learning this concept of, how do you find the spot in the room to put the kick drum? Right?
Well, yeah, and you gotta be selective about that, because Nate and I both know that phase cancellation is a real thing. So if you put the mic at the wrong place in the room, you're going to be getting frequencies that are going to compete with what you're recording. So you got to make sure that you're not doing that.
Yep.
Of course, some of that interference might cause a cool sound too. So it's something to keep in effect. But I mean, I've ran into it just very rarely on live sound, but every once in a while I'll be like, something's not right, and that's I always like, make sure everything's in phase. It's just like, make sure that the mic's, it might be just move that mic like an inch over and it'll go away. Like,
yeah. Another thing about this studio, I'm not sure that we actually used it, but attached to the ceiling all the way up, they put mic stands upside down and attached them to the ceiling, and then had just room microphones, condenser mics, so they could just pick up like the sound of the room, the ambient sound. And it's just like, that's a really cool, funny idea. Like, just nail up a couple of mic stands to the ceiling. Let's get it done.
Well, I can remember like some jam spaces where they would actually ratchet strap or whatever, use some zip ties and hold the stands up to the ceiling, so that then you didn't have to walk on all the cords and stuff.
I've considered doing that here.
Yeah.
It's a very small space. Yeah.
So there's a comment from Robert Lee saying that he says, hopefully Donnie Emerson isn't recording in the haunted meat locker anymore. He says, but he got some great recordings out of that place.
Do you know what that's about?
Yeah. I believe I do. If he's talking about the farm out there where they did the first album 30 years ago, his dad built them a studio out of this old meat locker, basically. Just converted it into a recording studio, and that's where Donnie and Joe recorded the whole album, Dreamin' Wild. So
that's where a lot of the famous
story. It doesn't matter where you record; you got to make it sound right.
Oh yeah. Well, that's part of the famous story now, is about that recording space. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still need to watch the movie. I've read all about it. I've read multiple stories and articles about it, but I still haven't watched the movie. I need to watch that. So.
Oh yeah, man, check it out. It's a killer movie. It's a really cool story, and and they do a great job of portraying the whole story and everything.
Well,
Casey Affleck, plays Donnie extremely well.
Well, we should get Donnie, his brother, and Casey Affleck and Zooey Deschanel right here, and we'll have a screening of it right here in our theater.
Yeah, there you go. See, I like the way you think, Chuck. Way to go, man.
Let's get them all here. We'll get the studio's permission, sign away all the waivers. Yeah.
Well, and like on the when they finished all the filming for it, my band got to play it. We were playing at the Hunter's Bar that weekend, so like the whole crew and everything was there. It was such a big party. It was so awesome to be able to be a part of that. Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome. Well, you know what? We're about out of time for our show. Are there any parting words? Anything you want everyone to know? Maybe some dates you're playing next? I know you went over some of that, but
yeah, I'm well, I have to look at my calendar for that. But yeah, this weekend, of course, I'll be at the Moose. Next weekend, I'm going to Seattle and playing a couple breweries over there on Friday and Saturday. So unless you want to drive, 5 hours to come see me, it'll be on my Facebook anyhow.
Well, we'll work on getting you up here in the Chewelah Valley here soon, Nate.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I do a lot of solo act gigs too, like solo acoustic stuff. So I'll be doing that on the 21st at the Black Diamond there in the Valley, Spokane Valley. Actually, that's going to be a duo. Still acoustic though. So
nice.
But I got a bunch of little things like that. We play like the Iron Horse and Bolos and the Moose in town, Moose out of town.
We have a wonderful note from Brooke.
Yeah.
Ostrander. She says that Nate's son Ryder is off to school and wants Nate to know that he loves him and he is proud of him.
Oh,
I'll bet he is. I'll bet he is. So, all right. Well, we got to go. I got one more question for you before we go. Where can I get one of those hoodies you're wearing?
Well, you can get it from me.
Limited.
Yeah. I've got a whole box of them. So I took them with me on tour and was selling them, all this merch when I was on tour on the West Side. I still have some left, so
there you go.
You could get the last one, buddy.
Very cool. Well, I got you on Messenger. We'll talk about that later. Right now, we got to go. Thank you so much, Nate, for joining us.
Thank you,
It's been
Nate.
a great time.
Thank you, Nate.
Thank you to Paula and Craig for being here. And this has been the KCHW Morning Show. You can tune in right here tonight. Let's see, from my computer's going wild. From 6 to 8 p.m. for the best classic rock and more with Old Man Mark live in the studio. 8 to 10 p.m. is the psychedelic era with The Hermit. Then sticking around with The Hermit from 10 to 11 for Days of Confusion. You're listening to the KCHW Morning Show. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you out tomorrow at City Sidewalks. Once again, Nate, thank you so much. Keep an eye out for anything he has coming out. Great stuff, Nate. I appreciate it. Say goodbye, everybody.
Have a great day.
Bye, everybody.
Great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Nate. Appreciate it, man. Good time.
Thanks. That was great.
Kind of harsh going to make beautiful music to this.
We should have left off with your music, Nate.
I was going to say.
Yeah. You could
have a good weekend.
Great guy. Old album.
It's 9:03.
Your KCHW Morning Show.